When current economic condition produces an environment with inflation rising high, as a rental property owner or landlord, with the cost of just about everything going up, and I mean way up, your utilities, landscaping, home maintenance, I mean, going to the grocery store seems like it's hitting your pocketbook a little differently. And when owning a rental property, virtually all the expenses that come with operating that rental investment property can cause quite a financial strain as a landlord. And you might be thinking of raising the rent to help offset the increased expense of owning a rental investment property. But before you surprise your resident with an out of the blue rental rate increase letter, you first need to know if that is even an option for you. And if it is, you need to know how to do it properly and legally. That way, it keeps you out of trouble and you're headache free. If you've come across this video, welcome to my channel where we together learn to invest, manage, and profit from real estate investing. Smash that like button, and if real estate investing interests you, subscribe to my channel and we'll kick it off. From this video, we'll cover how to legally raise rents for your rental property and 6 tips to effectively raising rents without coming off as a greedy a-hole landlord. If you're a landlord eyeing a rental rate increase, you need to know if it's even an option for you, because a number of factors can come into play. Like, when do you increase the rental rate? How much can you increase that rental rate? And doing it legally can change from property type to property location. So let's keep it simple, and it's advised to follow the pecking order. Meaning you should first reference the lease agreement. If it's unclear, not specified, or there's just no lease agreement in place, you will then want to default to your state's landlord-tenant laws, and from there you'll want to check your local mandates that may be in place from your local municipalities of where the property is located. If you don't know your state's landlord-tenants laws, learn them, because savvy professional tenants will know them thoroughly and throw them in your face all day long. However, each state provides laws and guidance, and everyone varies differently. Some of them include how much notice you have to give before increasing rents, which typically is between 30 to 90 days is common. Also, they'll have guidance on the amount of rent that you can increase, which is typically capped to a percentage of the current rental amount. For example, 6%, or nothing can be over 12%, things like that. They'll also offer guidance on how often you can raise rents on a single tenant in a lease term. So maybe 1 to 2, but again, it has to be written in the lease agreement, and how you must communicate an upcoming rent increase, whether it be written via notice on the door or sent via certified mail or some other form determined in the lease agreement. That will be provided to you in your state guidelines. But with local legislation passing rent control policies across the country and local officials thinking it helps protect tenants, it's crucial for landlords to understand what your local municipalities have in place, because ordinances can change all the time. So it's better to be in the know. But once you've determined you're in the clear and you're ready to increase rental rates, here are 6 tips to use when increasing rental rates for your rental property. 1, provide a reason or explanation with facts to support the rental rate increase. For example, provide a rental price analysis with the 3 following properties similar to your home that have leased for XYZ dollar within the last 180 days, a XYZ amount difference from the current rental rate. If you would like to renew the property, this is what the terms of the agreement will be, and this is going to be the new renewal rate for the next 12 months term. Second tip is to increase incrementally year over year. If you have a good tenant, you don't want to lose them by getting greedy and increasing the rental rate by 30% just because the market demands it. There's a fair limit to a rental price increase. If you're consistent with incremental rental rate increases year over year, you'll make out better by keeping a quality tenant in place and enjoying the perks of having a tenant paying rent on time while also maintaining your rental property, because a vacancy is going to be the landlord's largest expense. Number 3, announce your rental rate increases early and in accordance with your lease agreement. So whether that be 30, 60, 90 days prior to the lease expiration, let them know beforehand. And then number 4, provide an incentive for renewing the lease agreement at that, say, XYZ amount, such as updating the range if you are committed to that lease, or a longer lease term agreement like a 16 or 18-month lease agreement at this consistent increased rate. Number 5 is pretty simple. Just be a good rental property owner. Rental rate increases can be challenging and a hard request if you're a crappy rental property owner. It's much harder and much more difficult to leverage your services if you're just crappy all the way around. And number 6, if you just aren't able to do it yourself, hire a professional property manager to handle all aspects of your investment property. It makes things a lot easier and you don't have to worry about the day-to-day operations. As a landlord and real estate investor, navigating rental rate increases can be a tricky task, but try utilizing the top information and tips provided here and let me know how it goes for you. But in my experience, if you do follow these tips, when you're trying to raise rental rates for your rental property, you'll likely keep your tenants for a longer period of time and also increase your rental rates year over year for a consistent return. I hope you enjoyed this video. Thanks for tuning in, and until next time, cheers.